Let's go to Queensland now and catch up with Keith Pitt, the Nationals MP and former Resources Minister. Good to talk to you again, Keith. I've got to get your thoughts on this Grattan Institute report. Now, they're a green left think tank. They've been full on for the renewables transition for decades, yet they've finally come out with a report saying, hang on a second, we're headed for disaster. We're not going to have enough power. We're not going to build enough transmission in time. It's like they've finally woken up to the fact that renewables are actually not reliable.
Chris, it's a miracle. I read through some of that and it identifies things like, guess what? The national electricity market has a building reliability problem. Well, who knew? Well, we did. You and I certainly did.
Been saying that for more than a decade.
Full of things which are intermittent.
Yeah, well, it is extraordinary.
Right, all the way.
But it's built the cat, isn't it? I mean, and this whole transition, and it's been underway by government, state and federal, Liberal and Labor for many, many years. Of course, it hasn't suddenly appeared, but Labor seems oblivious to the problems they're running headlong into. But at least if the Grattan Institute's woken up, then surely Chris Bowen should be listening.
Well, you'd like to hope so, but the Grattan Institute are still talking about coal closures, gas closures, eliminating the things that are reliable and actually work, and continue to replace them with things that don't. So it will be an unreliable system because it'll be inherent in the design and the engineering and what's been put in place by the federal Labor government, and it will cost a fortune. Yeah,
they are, though, talking about subsidising coal to stick around. It's that old paradox we're in where we've subsidised renewables to force coal out. Now they want to subsidise coal to get it to stick around a bit longer. It is literally insane. But I want to get your thoughts on another issue linked to it, I suppose, but this future made in Australia, a pot of gold that the government's come up with, where they're picking winners in industries they like or projects they like, a lot of them green energy. But $1 billion for a quantum computing project in Queensland, just out of the blue? This is a hell of a worry, isn't it?
It's not a pot of gold, Chris. It's a number of truckfuls for Psi Quantum, an American company. It's not made in Australia, it's made in America. And we're still to see the details on this deal, but it seems from reports today that we won't have ownership of it. It'll still be owned by the American company. We might get to use it, apparently, is the deal. And it still doesn't exist, doesn't work yet. I mean, $1 billion is a lot of the taxpayers' money. It could have been used for other things. It could be sent to Alice Springs, for example. It could be used to address youth crime and all of the other problems we've got and the challenges we have socially. But the Labor government has handpicked an American company. And given that we already have our own researchers, our own investment, our own quantum computing capacity, how is it possible that it's ended up with a United States company coming here with subsidised jobs in Brisbane? It could have been done for Australian companies, for Australian people, and that's something that we've been building on for a long time.
It's a worry. We'll have to keep a close eye on that one. Thanks for joining us, Keith. I appreciate it. Keith Pitt there in Brisbane.